Imagine trying to explain to someone in the year 610 CE that future generations would complain that time passes too quickly, that years would feel like months, that people would constantly say, where did the time go in an era when a single day felt endless, when agricultural societies measured time by seasons that seemed to drag on forever when there were no clocks, no calendars beyond basic moon cycles, when human life moved at the pace of walking and the speed of an ox. The idea that time itself would feel faster would make absolutely no sense, yet this is exactly what Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, predicted. And today we have scientific research, psychological studies, and universal human testimony confirming that time perception has accelerated dramatically. And this prophecy is documented in the most authentic Islamic sources, recorded by multiple narrators, verified by scholars across centuries, and now validated by modern neuroscience and psychology in ways that 7th century Arabs could never have understood. So let me show you the exact Hadith, the context that made this prediction impossible to guess, and the overwhelming modern evidence from scientific journals and global surveys that prove this is happening exactly as foretold. The prophecy is recorded in Sahih Bukhari in the Book of Tribulations. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, and I am translating from the authenticated Arabic, the hour will not come until time passes quickly. So a year will be like a month, and a month will be like a week, and a week will be like a day, and a day will be like an hour, and an hour will be like the burning of a palm leaf. This hadith has been authenticated by every major Islamic scholar. The chain of narration is verified, and there is no dispute among scholars that Muhammad actually said these words. But here is why this prophecy was impossible to predict through normal human foresight. In the 7th century, time perception was the opposite of what we experience today. Agricultural societies experienced time as slow and cyclical. Days felt long because there was no artificial lighting to extend productivity. Years felt endless because there were no rapid transportation or communication systems. A journey that today takes 2 hours by car would take weeks by camel. A message that today arrives instantly by text would take months by messenger. There was absolutely nothing in the human experience of that era that would suggest future generations would perceive time as moving faster. If anything, as technology advanced and life became easier, you would expect people to feel they had more time, not less. Yet the opposite happened. And modern science is now confirming exactly what the prophecy stated. Neuroscientists have discovered that time perception is not fixed. It is influenced by information processing routine and psychological factors, and in the modern era, multiple factors have converged to make humans perceive time as accelerating. Studies published in journals like Psychological Science and Nature have shown that as humans age and as life becomes more routine and information-dense, subjective time perception speeds up. A year at age 40 feels shorter than a year at age 10 because of how our brains process novel versus familiar information. But beyond individual aging, there is a collective acceleration happening. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that 80% of adults in developed nations report feeling that time is passing faster than it did in previous generations, not just as they age, but compared to their parents and grandparents at the same age. Researchers attribute this to increased information density, constant connectivity, reduced downtime, and the compression of human attention spans. We process more information in one day than a medieval person processed in a month. Our brains are in constant stimulation mode. And when you pack more experiences and information into the same 24 hours, subjective time compresses. Sociologists have documented this phenomenon. The phrase time famine is now used in academic research to describe the universal feeling of not having enough time. Despite labor-saving technology, we have washing machines, cars, computers, smartphones, all designed to save time, yet everyone feels more rushed than ever. This is exactly what the prophecy described. Time passing quickly. A year feeling like a month feeling like a week. And here is the part that skeptics cannot explain away. How did a 7th century prophet predict a psychological phenomenon that would not be scientifically studied until the 21st century? There was no framework. It is time to understand time perception as subjective, no concept of information processing affecting temporal experience, no psychology or neuroscience. Yet he described precisely what modern research has now confirmed, and he did not just say, life will get busy. He specifically said time will feel compressed, years will feel like months, months like weeks. This is exactly what global surveys and psychological studies report. People consistently say this year flew by. I cannot believe it is already December. Where did the time go? And this is not limited to one culture or one region. This is a universal human experience in the modern era, exactly as predicted. And here is the question that demands an answer. If Muhammad was just guessing, how did he guess a specific psychological phenomenon that contradicted the entire human experience of his era. If he was making predictions to impress people, why predict something that would not be observable for over 1,000 years? Why describe something that made no sense in his context? The only logical explanation is that he was describing information given to him from a source beyond human knowledge. And if this prophecy about time perception is true, then what else did he say that we should pay attention to? Because this is not an isolated prediction. This is one of dozens of specific falsifiable claims that have come true exactly as described. So if you are watching this and feeling like time is slipping through your fingers, like years are flying by faster than they should, you are not imagining that you are experiencing exactly what was foretold 14 centuries ago. And the fact that you can verify this in your own life, that you can check the scientific research, that you can ask anyone around you, and they will confirm the same feeling, that is not coincidence. That is prophecy. So before you move on to your next video and let another hour vanish, ask yourself how a man in the Arabian desert predicted what you are feeling right now. And if you want to see more prophecies with scientific and historical verification, subscribe, because we are going to examine every prediction with evidence you can check yourself.